In this review you are going to master the gentle art of getting what you want, without the drama. The most dangerous negotiation is the one you don't know you're in. Chris Voss. Welcome to my channel, where we transform tense standoffs into harmonious agreements. Whether you're negotiating a salary, deciding on weekend plans with your partner, or mediating between co-workers, conflict-free negotiation is the superpower you never knew you needed. Today, we're diving into Halbert Ward's brilliant framework from the art of conflict-free negotiations, your 6-step blueprint for creating outcomes where everyone leaves feeling like a winner. Laying the foundation, why preparation is your secret weapon. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Benjamin Franklin. Ward reveals that 80% of successful negotiation happens before the conversation even begins. We'll explore how to research motivations. Is your boss more concerned about budget or employee retention? Identify non-negotiables, and craft flexible options. Imagine walking into your next important discussion with the calm confidence of someone who's already thought 3 moves ahead. That's the power of proper groundwork. The Psychology Playbook, reading between the lines. Human behavior expert Ward teaches us to become intention detectives, spotting micro-expressions, vocal tones, and word choices that reveal true desires. When your teenager says fine about curfew or your client hesitates before agreeing, there's crucial subtext waiting to be decoded. We'll break down practical techniques to distinguish between stated positions, I want a 20% raise, and underlying interests, I need recognition for my contributions. The win-win waltz, creative solutions that satisfy everyone. Forget compromise where everyone loses a little. Ward's method focuses on expanding the pie rather than fighting over slices. We'll examine real-world examples like the famous orange negotiation where 2 chefs, one needing zest, the other juice, found perfect harmony. You'll learn to brainstorm options that address emotional needs and practical requirements simultaneously, whether you're dividing household chores or million-dollar contracts. From theory to triumph, your negotiation transformation starts now. As negotiation guru Halbert Ward said, you can get everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Hit subscribe because next week we're going deeper with Ward's mediation techniques for diffusing heated arguments, plus a foolproof method for recovering when negotiations go sideways. Whether you're a first-time viewer or part of our growing community of effective communicators, drop a comment below about your toughest negotiation challenge. Let's solve it together. Remember, the world's most successful people aren't those who demand the most, but those who create the most value for all parties. Your journey to becoming a negotiation ninja starts right here, right now. About the master negotiator, Halbert Ward. Behind every great negotiation strategy stands a brilliant mind, and Halbert Ward is precisely that, a conflict resolution virtuoso who's transformed the art of deal-making. With a rare fusion of academic rigor and real-world expertise, Ward brings together the science of cognitive psychology with decades of hands-on mediation experience to create negotiation frameworks that actually work. What sets Ward apart isn't just his impressive resume, but his unique ability to translate complex human behaviors into actionable strategies. He's the negotiation whisperer corporations call when billion-dollar deals hang in the balance, and the relationship expert couples consult when communication breaks down. His methods don't rely on manipulation or aggression, but on profound understanding of what truly motivates people. Ward's background reads like a playbook for mastering human interactions. After studying how the mind processes decisions at the cognitive level, he spent years in the trenches, mediating high-stakes labor disputes, facilitating international business deals, and quietly resolving conflicts most would consider hopeless. This dual perspective allows him to see negotiations from both sides of the table, anticipating moves before they're made. The magic of Ward's approach lies in its universal applicability. Whether you're a CEO negotiating a merger, an employee asking for a raise, or a parent navigating bedtime with a stubborn toddler, his principles remain equally powerful. He's distilled years of complex mediation work into simple, practical techniques anyone can master, because he believes conflict-free negotiation shouldn't be a privilege reserved for diplomats and lawyers. Through his writing and training programs, Ward has empowered everyone from Fortune 500 executives to stay-at-home parents to create win-win outcomes. His work proves that the best negotiations aren't battles to be won, but opportunities to build stronger relationships while achieving your goals. When Halbert Ward teaches negotiation, he's not just sharing tactics, he's offering a new lens through which to view every interaction in your professional and personal life. Key takeaway 1: The secret negotiation hack that happens before you even start talking. Picture this: Two executives walk into a high-stakes merger negotiation. One is sweating bullets, fumbling through papers, while the other sits calmly with a knowing smile. What's the difference? The second executive did their homework, and that's where every successful negotiation truly begins. As legendary negotiator 𝗪𝗶𝗀𝗀 once said, "In life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate." But here's the twist, the negotiation isn't won at the table, it's won in the preparation room. Your pre-game playbook, why research is your superpower. Imagine you're about to ask for a 20% raise. You walk in armed with three things: industry salary benchmarks, a list of your recent wins, and knowledge of your company's financial health. Suddenly, you're not begging, you're presenting an irrefutable business case. This is what separates amateurs from negotiation ninjas. Take Sarah, a marketing director who practiced her pitch with a mentor and discovered her $90,000 ask was actually $15,000 below market rate. That preparation didn't just get her the raise, it earned her respect. The rehearsal that changes everything. Here's a truth most people miss: great negotiators are like Oscar-winning actors, they've rehearsed every possible scenario. Ward teaches us to role-play not just our lines, but the other side's potential objections too. Picture a software team practicing deadline extension requests by anticipating every no from management. When the real meeting comes, they're ready with data showing how 2 extra weeks means 40% fewer bugs and happier clients. That's not negotiation, that's strategic persuasion. Finding the real decision maker, it's rarely who you think. Remember the last time you pitched an idea to someone who kept saying "I'll check with my boss"? Classic preparation fail. Ward shares a game-changing insight: in any negotiation, there's always a hidden hierarchy. When tech entrepreneur Jamal wanted to sell his startup, he wasted months charming junior execs before discovering the CEO's daughter, a mid-level manager, was the real gatekeeper. The lesson? Map the power structure like a detective before making your move. The psychology behind every yes. Preparation isn't just about facts, it's about understanding human wiring. Ward reveals how top negotiators profile their counterparts like FBI agents. Is your boss motivated by data or emotions? Does your client value speed or perfection? When HR manager Lisa discovered her CFO cared more about employee retention than short-term savings, she framed her team's raise requests as an investment in keeping top talent. That's preparation meeting psychology. Your turn to negotiate like a pro. Now here's your call to action: next time you face any negotiation, whether it's a client contract or your kid's bedtime, invest triple the time in preparation than the actual conversation. As Chris Voss, former FBI negotiator says, tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. Hit that subscribe button because next week, we're diving into Ward's brilliant techniques for reading micro-expressions, the silent tells that reveal when someone's ready to say yes. Drop a comment below about your toughest negotiation challenge, let's solve it together. Remember, when you're prepared, you're not just participating in negotiations, you're orchestrating them. Key takeaway 1: Master the art of win-win negotiations, essential strategies that separate amateurs from pros. Picture this: two entrepreneurs sit across the table discussing a potential partnership. One nervously accepts the first offer, while the other calmly presents 3 customized options. Who walks away with a better deal? The answer is obvious, and the difference lies in mastering these fundamental negotiation tactics that Halbert Ward swears by. The Goldilocks principle: aim high, stay flexible. Legendary negotiator Chester Karras famously said, "In business, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate." Ward's approach begins with setting ambitious yet realistic anchors. Imagine you're negotiating a consulting fee. Start with a rate 20% above your target, backed by data on industry standards and your unique value. This creates psychological room for compromise while establishing your worth. Tech lead Maya used this tactic when negotiating her promotion, presenting a comprehensive case that highlighted her team's 30% productivity increase under her leadership. The power of persistent creativity. When furniture designer Carlos heard no to his wholesale pricing, he didn't retreat, he revolutionized his pitch. He offered tiered pricing with bulk discounts, exclusive designs for large orders, and flexible payment terms. Suddenly, the same buyer was interested. Ward teaches that rejection isn't the end, it's the beginning of creative problem solving. This principle applies whether you're negotiating with suppliers, clients, or even your teenager about curfew times. The magic of multiple options. Top FBI negotiators never present single offers, they use the 3-option technique. Ward adapts this for everyday use. When discussing office space, offer variations in lease length, included amenities, and price points. Marketing exec Priya used this approach when negotiating her remote work arrangement, presenting options for hybrid schedules, results-based evaluations, and flexible core hours. This transforms negotiations from confrontations to collaborative problem-solving sessions. Value creation, the secret weapon. While average negotiators fight over slicing the pie, Ward's students learn to bake a bigger one. When software firm Nextech hit an impasse with investors, they didn't argue over equity, they created an advisory share program with performance triggers. This innovative approach satisfied both parties' core needs without compromise. Whether you're dividing household chores or million-dollar contracts, asking how can we expand the value? Changes the entire dynamic. The strategic pause, why instant acceptance is amateur hour. Ward reveals that the most powerful word in any negotiation is "let me think about that." When recruiter Jamal received a job offer, he resisted the urge to immediately accept. His 24-hour pause led to discovering unadvertised signing bonuses and professional development funds. This deliberate approach signals professionalism and often unlocks hidden concessions. As Ward puts it, time pressure is the negotiator's greatest enemy, and most powerful ally. The ultimate goal, mutual satisfaction. The true test of negotiation mastery isn't getting everything you want, it's crafting solutions where all parties feel victorious. Take the case of bakery owner Elena and her landlord. Instead of haggling over rent, they agreed on revenue sharing during holiday seasons and cross-promotions that benefited both businesses. This is Ward's philosophy in action, negotiations that build relationships, not burn bridges. Your next move. Now that you've seen these strategies in action, which will you try first? Will it be the 3-option approach in your next client meeting? Or the strategic pause when reviewing contracts? Hit subscribe because next week we're revealing Ward's little-known mirroring technique used by top diplomats to build instant rapport. Drop a comment below about a negotiation challenge you're facing, let's craft your winning strategy together. Remember, in the words of Ward himself, great negotiators aren't born, they're prepared. Your journey to becoming unstoppable at the negotiation table starts today. Key takeaway 3: The Win-Win Blueprint, how to negotiate like a diplomat and leave everyone smiling. Picture this, 2 business partners locked in a tense standoff over profit sharing. Instead of the expected showdown, they walk away grinning, both convinced they got the better deal. This isn't fantasy, it's the magic of principled negotiation that Halbert Ward champions. As the Harvard Negotiation Project proved, the pie is only fixed if you believe it is. Let me show you how to bake a bigger one together. The people/problem paradox. Ward reveals a counterintuitive truth: the best negotiators care deeply about people but remain detached from the problem. Take software developer Raj, who needed remote work flexibility. Instead of demanding, he asked his manager, "What concerns keep you up at night about remote teams?" Discovering fears about productivity dips, Raj proposed a 30-day trial with measurable KPIs. This brilliant pivot addressed both needs without compromise. The lesson? Negotiation isn't a battle of wills, it's a joint problem-solving mission. Interest mapping, the X-ray vision of negotiation. Beneath every no lies hidden concerns waiting to be solved. When marketing director Leah's budget request got denied, she didn't push harder, she got curious. Asking strategic questions revealed her CFO wasn't against spending, he needed to show cost savings. Leah's genius counter? An analytics software proposal that would save $2 for every $1 spent. Ward teaches us to become interest detectives. The real negotiation happens beneath surface positions. The fairness factor. Nothing derails deals faster than perceived unfairness. Ward's golden rule? Anchor discussions to objective standards like market data, expert opinions or precedent. When freelancer Marco's client balked at his rates, he didn't argue, he shared Upwork's industry reports and the client's own pay scale for full-time roles. The result? A 40% increase with zero resentment. Numbers don't argue, Ward notes, they persuade. The Batman Principle, your secret negotiation superpower. Before any discussion, Ward insists you identify your best alternative to a negotiated agreement, BATNA. This isn't just a fallback plan, it's your psychological armor. Sales exec Naomi entered supplier talks knowing she had 2 alternative vendors. This knowledge gave her the calm confidence to walk away from unfavorable terms, which ironically made the supplier improve their offer by 15%. As negotiation guru Roger Fisher said, the power to walk away is the power to get what you want. The creativity breakthrough. The most groundbreaking solutions emerge when both parties brainstorm together. Consider the hospital admin team and nurses union deadlocked over shift schedules. Instead of trading concessions, they co-created a revolutionary self-scheduling app that improved lives while cutting management costs. Ward calls this the third way, solutions so good they make the original conflict obsolete. Your win-win challenge. Next time you're in any negotiation, whether dividing household chores or closing a business deal, try this: pause the back and forth and ask what would make this work perfectly for both of us. You'll be stunned how often this unlocks hidden possibilities. Want to master more of Ward's game-changing techniques? Smash that subscribe button. Next week we're revealing how to use strategic silence as a superweapon in negotiations. Drop a comment below with your best win-win negotiation story. Remember what Ward teaches: you haven't negotiated well until both parties feel they've won. Let's make your next deal your masterpiece. Key takeaway for the Peacemaker's Playbook: how to resolve any conflict like a pro mediator. Ever watched two colleagues feud over a project like rival siblings fighting for the last cookie? What if you could transform that tension into collaboration? Halbert Ward reveals the secret sauce of master mediators, and the good news? These skills work whether you're settling office disputes or family arguments. As conflict resolution expert 𝗪𝗶𝗰𝗍 says, the most powerful tool in negotiation is the ability to get up and go to the balcony, to see the situation from a higher perspective. Let's elevate your mediation game. Stage setting: the hidden foundation of successful mediation. Picture this: a heated team conflict gets resolved not in their cramped office, but in a sunny park cafe. Ward emphasizes that location is your silent ally in mediation. Neutral ground psychologically resets both parties, stripping away territorial advantages. Pro tip: arrange chairs at 120-degree angles, not opposite, to subconsciously foster collaboration. And always begin with genuine appreciation. Jamal, your attention to detail is exceptional. Taylor, your creative solutions have saved us before. This isn't fluff, it activates the brain's reward centers, making people 37% more receptive to tough conversations, Harvard study. The detective phase: uncovering the real story. Most mediators fail by solving the wrong problem. When marketing and sales teams clashed over campaign priorities, surface-level compromise failed. Only when Ward's 5 whys technique revealed the real issue, misaligned bonus structures, did lasting solutions emerge. Here's your toolkit. 1. The silence strategy: after each person speaks, count to 7, the magic number for suppressed thoughts to surface. 2. Mirroring magic: so what I hear is, builds trust 40% faster. 3. Interest mapping: separate positions: I want the corner office, from interests, I need quiet for client calls. The alchemist's moment: transforming conflict into gold. Great mediators don't choose sides, they expand the playing field. When two engineers fought over credit for an idea, the breakthrough came when they co-created a patent submission process benefiting the whole company. Ward's creative brainstorming rules: no idea is too wild. Quantity over quality initially. Combine and improve suggestions. This isn't 𝗪𝗏𝗋, it's strategic. Teams using this approach solve conflicts 65% faster, MIT research. The finish line: making solutions stick. The mediation isn't over when the meeting ends. Ward's research shows 83% of agreements fail without proper follow-up. Implement these. 1. The 3-day rule: check in 72 hours post-resolution. 2. Written charters: have both parties summarize agreements in their own words. 3. Prevention blueprinting: what early signs should we watch for next time? Your mediator mission. Next time you witness conflict, don't avoid, engage. Start with Ward's magic question: what would a perfect solution look like for each of you? Then watch the magic happen. Want the full mediator toolkit? Subscribe for our deep dive into nonviolent communication techniques next week. And remember, as Ward says, the world doesn't need more critics, it needs more translators, people who can interpret conflict into collaboration. Will you answer the call? Pro tip: bookmark this as your go-to conflict resolution checklist. Your future self, and everyone around you, will thank you. Key takeaway 5: the diplomat's guide to handling high-conflict personalities. We've all encountered that one colleague, client, or family member who turns every discussion into a battlefield. Their signature moves? Endless criticism, steamrolling conversations, and an uncanny ability to push your buttons. But what if you could transform these exhausting interactions into productive exchanges? As conflict resolution expert Halbert Ward reveals, the most dangerous conflicts aren't with difficult people, but with our own unmanaged reactions to them. Let's arm you with elite strategies for these challenging encounters. Step 1. The emotional X-ray, know thyself first. Before addressing their behavior, master your own reactions. When marketing director Lisa felt her temperature rise during meetings with a dismissive colleague, she began practicing Ward's 90-second pause. 1. Name the emotion, I'm feeling disrespected. 2. Trace its origin, this reminds me of when my ideas were ignored early in my career. 3. Choose your response, I'll ask clarifying questions instead of withdrawing. This emotional triage prevents knee-jerk reactions that difficult people often exploit. Step 2. The behavior decoder ring. High-conflict individuals typically fall into 4 archetypes. The bulldozer needs to win, give controlled choices. The victim blames others, focus on solutions, not blame. The know-it-all can't be wrong, ask for evidence/data. The sniper, passive-aggressive digs, force transparency with what exactly do you mean by that? Step 3. The strategic engagement playbook. Ward's research shows successful conflict managers use the lasso technique. Listen actively, nod, paraphrase, acknowledge valid points, I see why that's important to you, set boundaries firmly. I can't accept yelling, but I want to understand, stay solution-focused, how could we make this work for both? Offer alternatives, would you prefer we revisit this Thursday or Friday? The nuclear option, when to walk away. Sometimes the most powerful move is strategic withdrawal. Ward's 3D rule dictates disengagement when 1. Danger exists, physical or professional. 2. Disproportionate energy required, 20+ minutes of circular arguing. 3. Dialogue becomes impossible, personal attacks, stonewalling. Your challenge, next conflict encounter, test Ward's 25% rule. Spend the first quarter of the interaction purely listening and validating before presenting your perspective. You'll be stunned how this disarms even the most difficult personalities. Masterclass preview, want the complete system for turning workplace adversaries into allies? Subscribe for our upcoming deep dive into the persuasion codes, where we'll reveal how FBI hostage negotiators build instant rapport with even the most resistant individuals. Remember Ward's golden rule, you can't control difficult people, but you can always control the chessboard. Your move. Pro tip, bookmark this as your go-to crisis communication checklist. Print it. Share it with your team. The next time a conflict volcano erupts, you'll be ready with the perfect extinguisher. Key takeaway 6. The Negotiator's Defense Manual, how to spot and stop manipulation tactics. We've all been there, that moment in a negotiation when the other person's smile doesn't quite reach their eyes, and you realize you're not just discussing terms. You're being played. But here's the good news, manipulation only works when you don't recognize the game being played. As negotiation expert Halbert Ward reveals, the best defense against dirty tactics isn't retaliation, it's illumination. Let's shine a light on the shadowy techniques manipulators use, and more importantly, how to disarm them with professional grace. The anchoring illusion, don't take the bait. When a car salesman generously offers $5,000 off a wildly inflated price, or a client proposes rates 30% below market value, they're playing the anchoring game. Neuroscience shows our brains cling to first numbers we hear. Ward's counter-move? The double flip. 1. Immediately reject the anchor, that range doesn't reflect current market realities. 2. Present your researched benchmark, industry standards show. 3. Pivot to value, let's discuss what exceptional service looks like at fair market rates. The bogeyman bluff, smoke and mirrors. That supplier suddenly obsessed with delivery timelines after weeks of ignoring them? Classic bogey tactic, pretending minor issues are deal breakers to gain leverage elsewhere. Ward teaches the tactical transparency response. Help me understand why this became your top priority now when we previously discussed real issue as most critical. This forces them to either reveal true priorities or abandon the charade. The nibble, death by 1,000 concessions. Just when you think the deal is done. Oh, one small thing. Whether it's free revisions or minor contract changes, these afterthoughts cost you. Implement Ward's pre-closing checklist. Verbally recap all terms before signing. Add written confirmation, as we agreed, this includes X and does not include Y. For last-minute requests, That's a new consideration, let's adjust the overall package accordingly. The framing trap, linguistic sleight of hand. A 10% service adjustment sounds better than a price hike, but the math doesn't lie. Combat manipulative framing with Ward's reality reframe. 1. Restate plainly, so this is a $15,000 increase. 2. Request justification, what measurable value justifies this change? 3. Redirect, let's instead discuss how to maintain value at current rates. The body language decoder. Microexpressions don't lie. Watch for lip compression, suppressed disagreement. Sudden posture shifts, discomfort with truth. Eye movement patterns, constructed versus recalled information. Pro tip, when you spot tells, don't accuse, inquire. I noticed you paused when discussing timelines, what concerns come up for you? Your anti-manipulation toolkit. Next negotiation, arm yourself with Ward's 3D shield. 1. Documentation, always have data ready. 2. Deliberation, let me consult my notes/team. 3. Depersonalization, this isn't about what either of us wants, it's about what makes objective sense. Masterclass preview, wanna go deeper? Our next video reveals the persuasion detox, how to reset poison negotiations using techniques from UN diplomats. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Remember Ward's golden rule, manipulators prey on uncertainty. The more prepared you are, the less power their tactics have. Now go forth and negotiate with confidence, your newfound awareness is your greatest advantage. Pro tip, print this as your cheat sheet and review before any high-stakes discussion. Your future self will thank you when you spot these tactics in real time. In summary, the book Master the Game, How to Negotiate Like a Pro Without the Drama takes deep into the ocean vast of negotiation. Imagine walking into any negotiation, whether it's a high-stakes business deal or a simple family discussion, with unshakable confidence, knowing you'll walk away with a win-win outcome. That's the power of the art of conflict-free negotiations by Halbert Ward. This book isn't just about getting what you want, it's about transforming tension into collaboration, doubt into clarity, and conflict into opportunity. The preparation secret, why most people lose before they even start. Ward reveals that 80% of negotiation success happens before the conversation begins. Research, mindset, and strategy set the stage. As Sun Tzu said, every battle is won before it is ever fought. Whether you're negotiating a salary or a peace treaty, knowing your worth, understanding the other side's needs, and anticipating objections is the ultimate power move. The Psychology Playbook, reading people like a pro. Ever felt like someone was playing mind games? Ward decodes manipulation tactics like anchoring, bogeyman bluffs, and nibbling, then teaches you how to disarm them effortlessly. The best negotiators don't just listen to words, they listen to intentions, he says. Learn to spot micro-expressions, body language tells, and hidden agendas so you're always 3 steps ahead. Win-win alchemy, turning conflict into gold. Forget compromise where everyone loses a little. Ward's Expand the Pie philosophy shows how to create value where none seem to exist. When 2 departments fought over budget cuts, one mediator reframed the problem, leading to an innovative cost-saving solution that made both sides thrive. Negotiation isn't about taking slices, it's about baking a bigger pie. The mediator's mindset, resolving other people's battles. Some conflicts aren't yours, but you can still fix them. Ward's step-by-step mediation guide helps you diffuse office feuds, family drama, and even stranger disputes. The key? Separate people from problems. Conflict isn't about right or wrong, it's about unmet needs, he explains. Master this, and you'll become the go-to peacemaker in any room. Handling toxic players, when nice doesn't work. Bullies, narcissists, and manipulators thrive on chaos. Ward's lasso technique, listen, acknowledge, set boundaries, stay solution-focused, offer alternatives, keeps you in control without sinking to their level. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Sometimes, the real win is walking away. The follow-up formula, making deals stick. Most agreements fail because nobody checks in. Ward's 3-day rule ensures resolutions last long-term. Whether it's a business contract or a personal promise, a simple "how's our solution working?" message can prevent backsliding and build unbreakable trust. Your negotiation breakthrough starts now. To everyone reading this, you are worthy, brilliant, and more capable than you know. If you're ready to transform every tough conversation into a victory, the art of conflict-free negotiations is your playbook. Like this breakdown? Smash that like button, share with someone who needs these skills, and subscribe for more game-changing insights. Remember, the world isn't run by the smartest or strongest, it's run by those who negotiate best.